Hello and welcome back to episode 18 of my AllTheMods10 SSP playthrough. In between episodes, I did as I said I would. I went out and got some cactus. The nearest desert was, as you can see here, about 4,000 blocks away. I also, while I was out, made my way over to the Deep Dark, which is like 9,000 blocks away, and got some echo shards. So I would like to make just go ahead and make the explorer's compass. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called again. I remember it as the structure compass, but yeah, it's now called the explorer's compass. So we'll go ahead and get a few netherite ingots. We'll go ahead and get the recovery compass. And then we do need some more Enderium gear. So we just get a couple of stacks of Enderium from our farm. And boom, now we got an explorer's compass. So this, you can search up structures themselves. This will be helpful later on, but like, oh, I don't know, if we're in the nether and we're looking up a fortress here, yes. You can see the dimensions of the nether, and you can search for the fortress itself. Obviously, none are going to be found in the overworld, but that is a fantastic item to have. I also checked in between episodes, and it looks like with the Slice and Splice, the AllTheMods axe, but also with the Supremium and Awakened shears. These two are unbreakable, so we will be making that switch over to probably just Supremium, since that's all it's going to be used for. So we'll put an AllTheMods axe in here and some Supremium shears in here. Not at this time. These are still good to go, but maybe once these shears break, if we do use it enough, we can make that switch. But so in this episode, I do really want to expand our seed farm. I've went ahead and taught some recipes for a bunch of different seeds. So we're going to have a full layer of diamond, netherite, and then I have the 4 elemental seeds here, and then the nether, dye, nature seeds as well, along with some fluix and certus quartz seeds. So we will start probably with the diamond and netherite and putting them up top there. With the elemental seeds, we're really not going to need a full layer of each of them. I think just having 10 of each would be perfectly fine. But we'll go ahead and put in the seeds down here. Now, we can't at this time make all of the seeds. So for the water seeds, for example, we do need the water conglomerate, whatever it's called. Again, I don't know how you pronounce that, but we do need water buckets, and we're going to need to make 10 seeds. We need 40 of this conglomerate. So we need 40 water buckets. That's pretty tedious. We can, though, make water buckets via a empty bucket and some water essence surrounding it. And, well, the only way to get the water essence is through the water seeds. So we do have some water seeds here already. We'll make as much as we can right now. I did go ahead and make some of these conglomerates off camera, but we are going to, especially for both the fire and the water, we're going to be auto-crafting them because I don't feel like getting a tank and putting 40 buckets worth of water in the tank and clicking, crafting, blah, 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 blah. So we will go ahead and make, I think we have 2 diamond seeds right now, so we will make 38. We are missing some diamond essence, actually. So let's then not start with the diamonds. We'll let that run for a little bit with what we have. But I think we have only 1 netherite seed. So I'll try to make 39. And this is the issue. So because this uses Supremium Essence, there's a lot of bytes used. So it's 93k bytes, and we don't have anything above a 64 currently. So we might have to look into actually expanding our crafting units so that maybe we can put another 64k beside one and combine it, just make it a little bit bigger, put some more coprocessors. But so just some issues there. I think we can make like 4. No. Yeah, we can make 1. Can we make 2? Yes, I think we can make 2 of these fire seeds. So we'll go ahead and autocraft that. think we can make 2 of these water seeds as well. Yes, so that's how much I made off camera. We'll go ahead and make some Certus quartz seeds. I think we only have 1 of those, but I'll only make 38 for the time being. And then what else? I think we can make 2 dye seeds. No, just 1 dye seed. Yes. And we are missing a master infusion crystal because this is currently working on converting this essence, so we are going to have to wait for that. I also might look into getting another master infusion crystal just because it will be helpful, and actually what the AE system can do, so it's only using 1 right now, it can pull a second and sometimes a third master infusion crystal, and it can work just that much faster. So as some of those seeds are auto-crafting, I went ahead and just quickly made the 64K and the co-processing unit. So we'll just go ahead and stick this on the side of our last one here. So now this can do 124K bytes. And we should, if we double check, let me see, the netherite seeds. Yes, we should now be able to do the 39. We are missing the master infusion crystals, so let me go ahead and make another one quickly off camera as well. So I am running a little bit low on ender pearls, so I went ahead and made another enderman gateway as we've done in the past, but this time I am going to turn this into a data module. And as we're killing them, so we just basically, I'm only doing this so we don't have to go to the end for, for ender pearls. But so with this, we could start a hostile neural network for the enderman. And we can get an enderman prediction, which can turn into ender pearls. It can also turn into end crystals and some enderman heads as well. So we're just going to be working towards this in the background. It's not our primary goal here. I am currently crafting up all the seeds, but just wanted to let you guys know that this was kind of the unintentional plan. So as the last few seeds are crafting here, we did go ahead and get all these Certus Influix and just some random tier 2 seeds. I am going to start with the elemental seeds though down here. So we are just, again, just going to start planting all of these seeds and expanding as needed. So as our netherite seeds are crafting, I'm probably going to expand the farm a little bit in preparation, but I did go ahead and teach our system how to make dirt and clay from the water essence that we have here. We are going to teach our system also to make stone seeds for the stone essences. And then the other thing I want to teach it to make is a sink. So we are going to need basically a decent amount of sinks. We also taught our system how to make the water bucket as well as along with the lava bucket. And so now whenever we need a sink, we can just go ahead, craft that up. I did put the pattern for the clay block into terracotta into the smelter over here. So that should be all fine and dandy. So yeah, this is kind of like the I guess quote unquote boring part with just, making the seeds. Now that everything's auto-crafted, now we just have to, make all the seeds and expand the farm. So I'll probably just be doing that slowly off camera here. Nothing too exciting. And then obviously putting them all back into our functional storage network here. So I expanded this a little bit here, added all the elemental essences here as well. And so we can go ahead and start getting that layer filled out too. But nothing too exciting. I'll probably do all of that off camera and then be back when it is done. So we have finished crafting up all of the seeds we have set out to craft so far. We do have some more seeds that I would like to make. So like the copper, gold, lapis, redstone, iron. I've already made crafting patterns for them. But I am all seeded out currently. So what I might try to do is expand our farm in between episodes here, but what I want to do now is to first go ahead and collect the mystical agriculture quest rewards that we have not done yet. So we got some silicon, squid, Inferium. Yeah, we got one of the Inferium accelerators, some XP, so nothing too exciting. No new seeds to my knowledge, just the growth accelerators. Yeah. So that is all fine. We already have these two seeds. I'll just go ahead and put them in our system. But I do want to switch gears into Industrial Foregoing and attempt to get our Blaze Farm maxed out and automated. So, to start off with Industrial Foregoing, we are going to need a pity machine frame. And I am just going to go ahead and auto craft this, or get this into our system, because we are going to need a lot of these. So we're first going to need that. The next thing we're going to need is a fluid extractor. Yes, that's what it's called. And with this, we can extract, well, fluid. More importantly, though, we can extract resin from logs, and we can get started on some latex. And that is essentially, I think it's called latex. It's not called plastic, or it is called plastic. I apologize. So we can get the dried rubber and then get the plastic as well. So we're going to get started with that. That is going to consume our pity machine frame, so we are going to need another one. But so, yeah, I think I misspoke. So the fluid extractor is to get latex, liquid latex. The liquid latex can then be placed in a numerous couple of different things, but it can be placed in the latex processing unit. And that is going to turn it into rubber, or dried rubber. I forget what the name is. Yeah, dry rubber, and then we can smelt that and turn that into plastic. There are some rubber seeds in this mod pack, which I might look to get into. I only hesitate because I haven't ever tried it, but the only way to get the rubber seeds is through productive trees through the cured rubber. And that comes from the rubber tree log. So we could try to make a rubber tree. That's just gonna take some time to get into. We are gonna need to get into productive bees, I believe, beforehand though. So it's just gonna take a while to get to there, but it might be worth it, honestly, to get that, but we'll see. And then what we can go ahead and do is, actually, we can't do that quite yet. We do need the rubber. But just to place this down as a, example, we can place logs in front of this, and it does run faster when given power. As you can see here, we've got another pity machine frame from that. And the different logs will give you different amounts of latex. So a jungle log will give you 2 millibuckets, a dark oak will give you 3. The acacia, however, will give you 4 millibuckets, and I'm pretty sure that is the highest, is the 4 millibuckets. So will the mangrove. Everything else will give you either between 1 to 3. And with our wood essence, we can actually make acacia. And go ahead, just get a couple stacks of the acacia logs and set that in front of here. And yeah, give us 4 millibuckets of latex per craft, or per progress here. And again, if we do supply this with power, this will go a little bit faster. We can also put upgrades in here in the future. But then we're going to pump this into our latex processing unit along with some water and power, and this will give us, again, our dried rubber. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up. I have a little space here behind the blaze spawner here. So this little area here I've already dug out. I would like this to be our Industrial Foregoing area. And I'll go ahead and start getting this set up, and we'll be back. So I went ahead and crafted a few more fluid extractors. So we're going to have them all facing just the block of acacia log, and I placed the latex processing unit because we're going to pipe the latex from here out from here into here. And then I went ahead as well and ran another channel. I actually forgot to set this up, actually connect the P2P. So we're going to create a new configuration, new frequency, get this placed here. And I also, forgot to give this power actually. Now that power is connected, we are going to want a couple of different items. The first one I want is the Ender Fluid Conduit. So Ender Conduit, there are a handful of conduits, the pressurized fluid conduit, and the Ender fluid conduit, and then just the, well, regular fluid conduit. So I typically just like to go ahead and go straight for the Ender fluid conduit just because it does the most millibuckets per tick. But I believe, if I remember correctly, the regular fluid conduit will only like pipe downwards. You can't pipe anything upwards. And then the Ender fluid conduit lets you have the different like channel frequencies and colors and stuff like the item pipes does. So we'll go ahead and create just a handful of those. Then I also do want the ME conduits as well. And it looks like we are going to need some more conduit binding. And I actually might not need the ME conduits for the setup that I have in mind. So I went ahead and again made a couple of blocks. The first block I made was the simple block placer. So we got or made previously the simple block clicker. So that'll click on items. We want this to actually place items in the world. So we do need the block placer for that. There is an advanced version as well. I think the simple will do just fine, but that's just some ferrocore, diamonds lapis, and a dispenser. So what I am going to do is I will go ahead, come up here, and place it facing down. And then after that, I am going to have, and let me see, where do I want this thing? I think I want this, actually, yeah, I might not need the ME conduits. Let me see if I have my setup correct here. So I'm going to place a modular router down here. And what I am going to do with this is we are not going to have this connect. So let's take that off. And I'm going to put an export bus into here. We are going to need a crafting card from applied. And then we are also going to need to tell this to export acacia. And so this should, yes, the buffer is holding the acacia. And then what we will do next is take the sender module. So modular routers has a handful of upgrades. There's a breaker upgrade, detector upgrade, there's senders, there's pullers, so you can send and pull items from inventories that you collect. There's fluids, there's some speed and stack upgrades. I don't think we're going to need any of the speed or the stack upgrades. I think we're going to be fine with just this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and this is how it would look normally. And so what you do is I'm just going to place the acacia log in here just to filter it and place it as a whitelist. I'm going to shift right click the block placer, and I'm going to go ahead and place it in here. So we can actually see now with that line, this inventory is getting filled up with the acacia logs, just setting up through here, and all of these fluid extractors are now able to kind of break this. So you're getting like 4 times effectiveness essentially from a block place. So yeah, we don't need any ME conduits. I was originally planning to maybe like, have the export bus directly into here, but I was like, might as well just use a modular router. That is perfectly fine. So we'll go ahead, and like I said, yeah, we're probably not going to need any stack upgrades, as this is going to be definitely full by the time this ever breaks and it needs another one. So I think we're all good on that front there. What I am going to do is I'm going to grab an Ender gate, and we'll just use one of our niotics. These don't use up to too much power. And we'll make sure this is set to extract, and this is also set to extract. And now all these guys should have power, and yeah, it's going a lot faster than what it previously was. And then same thing, we are just going to place the fluid pipes all around here. And I actually am, yeah, I'm going to rearrange this. I'm going to move this because I don't necessarily want to make a ton of conduits. Yeah, we'll just have it here for now. I guess it'll be a good excuse to make some conduit covers from Ender IO. And so in order for these to extract, we do need to set the fluid pipes here to extract. They are by default set to redstone mode, never active. So we're going to have to turn all of these to on and just make sure that you are doing the proper one. And now we should see all of this latex is going into here. No, because we don't have this set on insert. Now we should see the latex going into there. Next, we do want a sink, so we'll grab one of those. Put it underneath here and just set it to extract always active because, yes, we set all of these fluids to extract so it can't accidentally insert the water somehow into there. And so now we need power. So we'll drag this, and this is why I love Ender IO, just because you can get it so compact. Everything's so compact with the amount of cables. And now we are making the dry rubber. And I think to complete a quest, we are actually going to need a bucket of latex. So let me grab a bucket here and keep this. Yeah, I'm going to turn this one to never extract, and then we'll just take a bucket out of here when this is full. But I'm going to come over here and smelt this dried rubber to get the rubber sheet. And so this is, or plastic. I'm mixing up the words here, but yeah, to get the plastic here. And again, this is just this is going to expand our machine capacity, or it's going to expand the number of machines we'll be able to create. This is like the base item for all future Industrial Foregoing items. So we got now all the quests to collect. We'll go ahead and collect these. We do get a little fluid tank of latex, about 8 buckets, which is nice. And yeah, so we will then, our next item on the list is the dissolution chamber. So in order to make the dissolution chamber, we are going to need some diamond gears here, and we are going to need to make some more diamonds. Let's just go ahead and get a full stack. I am going to make 3 of these dissolution chambers because there's a handful, at least for the time being, 3. You can use the latex, the liquid latex, in a lot of these recipes. You can also use pink slime, and you can also use, let me see, soul lava, and you can also use, there is a 4th thing. It is the stuff you get from the wither, the ether gas. Yes, so there are technically 4 different types of fluids that can go into any of these dissolution chambers, but for the time being, we're only going to make 3 right now, because we can definitely make the last one just in the future. We're only going to be really automating the, let me see, we do need some more chests. Really only going to be automating the one with the latex at this time, because we do not have pink slime at the moment, but I am hoping for a fix for that. So we'll just go ahead and connect up the conduits here, place down the 3 dissolution chambers here, and then we are going to need the rubber here. What I might do, and this might be done off camera, is set up a second array of fluid extractors just dedicated to pumping this one with the fluid latex. And if that is the case, I might just scooch these over one more so that this will be centered onto here. So for this, we are going to need another sender module Mark II. And I don't think I explained this before, but the reason why we need a Mark II, and I'll show with the Mark I, is the Mark I, very similar, GUI here, but we can't shift right-click items. So we can't tell this to export into a distant inventory. So we do need the Mark II with the ender pearl to be able to do that. We are also going to need another simple block placer, and we'll go ahead and place that down right here. And so I'm basically just hooking this up the exact same way that I did for the other one. We'll go ahead and place the acacia in here, whitelist, but we're going to tell this one to go into here. And so now it should be placing for both. We should be getting latex. And we are also going to have the ender fluid conduits here, but we are going to be telling these guys to extract on brown. We don't want we don't want them both going into here, because this thing can technically run indefinitely when we do start exporting this dry rubber. So we do want this specifically dedicated again to our new brown channel for the dissolution chamber specifically. And go ahead and run the cables along here. We will now insert on brown as well. Yes, and that's the issue is, yeah, it was exporting on green. So, darn it. I think if we break it, it'll get rid of it. Yes. And we want it brown and insert on brown here. So yes, now the latex should be filling up in here. Perfect. I do want a fluid tank for this as well. For this one, actually, we might want to just dig one more further down just so we can place the fluid tank and not have to cover it up. I do want a little bit of a buffer for this. So we're going to go ahead and just insert extract on brown. This should be filling up and now emptying. Yeah, this should be full now though, and perfect. So that is all set up and good to go as well. So in order to automate our blaze spawner, we're going to want the mob crusher. However, this does require an advanced machine frame, and that does require pink slime. So we are not going to be able to make that quite yet, and probably not in this episode. What I would like to work towards, though, is the mob slaughter factory. And this is how you get pink slime. You get both liquid meat and pink slime. And this pink slime in the dissolution chamber, you can get the advanced machine frames. You can get some other cool and fun stuff. You can also make better upgrades for your machines. And that is about everything. Yeah, you can make the pink slime ingots too. So we'll be working towards that today, I think. And we will be making a dedicated room for this mob slaughter factory, but for now I would like to just place it in front of the blaze spawner, just so we don't have to worry about getting another or a different type of spawner for this specifically right now. Again, I would just like to get this up and running ASAP. And so we're going to go ahead and break this, place this, and yeah, I think we'll make the ethereal glass pop up here. So we can show the working area. Right now, the only working area is the block directly in front of it. I would like to get some range upgrades to be placed into this. So there's speed, efficiency, processing, but also range upgrades for this mod. So there are multiple different types of range upgrades ranging from +1 to +12. They all require latex with some couple of redstone, couple of glass panes, and some of their respective items. So I think I'm going to start off with just the copper tier, which is a +5 range. I don't know if we're going to need any more than that, but we'll find out. So go ahead and cook that up, and I want to place this in here. I think the 5x5, yes, I think we could actually go with one less. I think we could go with the +4. Let me see here, and that's the iron tier, so which is just iron nuggets. I'm not too worried since the latex that we're making is, well, basically infinite at this point in time. I'm not too worried about wasting some latex and redstone and all that stuff for, to experiment with the range upgrades. But let me go ahead, I'll make the iron and we'll see if that one's a better fit for us. And yes, it looks like the iron upgrade fits the room perfectly, except if the blazes fly up here, but I think it can still hit their lower half. They are 2 blocks tall, so we'll leave this one in for now. We're going to keep the other range upgrade. We got an efficiency tier 1 upgrade as an award, so we'll go ahead and just place that in here for now. So this thing does require power as well. For the time being, I am just going to slap on another end gate on here. We'll pipe the energy over at a later point. But let's go ahead and turn this on and see what happens. So we don't get any items from this, which the mob crusher we do. We get essence, so experience, and we get their items. But for this, what we get is the liquid meat, and we do get the pink slime. And that is all that we get, actually. So I am going to teach our system how to make a basic tank here, because I do want a little bit, again, of a backstock of each of the fluids. So we'll make 2 of these, and we'll get the tier installers. I think I want, 2 elite ones. So we're going to make the 2 elite and the 2 advanced here. And we're going to go ahead and get our upgraded tanks here. And make sure you pick up your tanks as a quest reward if you haven't already, if you're going just straight to advanced or ultimate. Again, they are quest rewards, so put them in. And we will, on just either side of here, take this and pull each of them out. So before we extract this, I do want to bring your attention down to the bottom left here for the meat and the pink slime. I am going to tell this to not be able to push or pull from any side besides the left. And for the pink slime, I'm going to disable all but the right side. So even though they are both green networks, if I extract this, this should, I don't know, sometimes this gets a little bit weird with other mods. Industrial Foregoing does not typically play well all the time with other mods, unfortunately. So yeah, it's not working. Maybe if I put the tank directly beside it, it's going to push. Yes, okay, that's gonna work. Yeah, it sometimes just doesn't play well or play nice with other mods, even if it's just as set as enabled. I don't know. It is unfortunate, but we do have a decent amount of pink slime. So as we're waiting for our pink slime to fill up, I do want to upgrade this mob spawner a little bit more. So the max spawn delay is 400, and yeah, I kind of forgot that these guys can still hit me. We'll go ahead and slap these with some clocks. I do need some more clocks. Oh my goodness. I should get a speed upgrade for this in the meantime, but I do want to get this upgraded. We're going to also hit it with some gas tiers to get more entities. We're going to max that out, and then we are going to max the spawn count out with the fermented spider eyes too. So this should be almost a maxed out spawner, just minus some clocks. And with the rest of the clocks made, we should be able to bring this down all the way to 20. Yes, so this is going to just constantly spawn blazes. It's going to be insane. So that is about all that we had time for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to be looking more into expanding our industrial foregoing infrastructure, automating these dissolution chambers, and creating some of the speed upgrades and getting the mob crusher. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see y'all in the next one.